Are you tired of looking at this screen every time you do a gear raid 3? Huh? Well, today, let's change that. Come on in. So, first off the bat, I am just going to go ahead and do the run. I did turn off Power of Dominance, and these are the units I'm going to use. Guys, follow along. I will show like the gear that I'm using, stat requirements that I recommend that you go for. However, guys, just listen to the instructions for right now. Idril first, top tile, and then you drop down Dolores right afterwards, right? It doesn't matter, just let this go. So, Alura will be next. Once you get enough cost, place down Alura. So throughout the fight, I'll show like different indicators that I'm using in order to place down units if the time comes for it. So Alura goes down next on the right side facing up. So now we're going to wait for Silas. However, before we drop Silas, when Idril alt goes, pop it. Then pop Dolores' alt right afterwards. As the cost goes up, we're going to place down Silas. We got him out on the middle left. I'll also go through like different replacements you could use after this fight too. We have our first 4 units out on the field. Let it go. Don't rush. Wait for the boss to come out, right? All right. We got a little bit of Dolores left. Pop Silas's ult. Get a little damage going. Hit the boss while you can. It is important to try to kill this boss, man. Otherwise, it gets hectic. You might be tempted, but don't place down another unit until after Silas gets hit for the first time. He can take 1 hit if you build him with a little bit of HP, and it doesn't take that much. Place down Maul right after Silas gets hit. Then we're waiting. We're waiting for Maul to get hit. Right here, he took his first hit. We're waiting for Hollow. Boom. We're going to put a Hollow down. You can either face her up or to the right. So Maul now, he is free. He won't get hit anymore. Let him sit there. Don't worry. He's going to do his thing. All right, so Dolores' ult, she came back up. You can pop it now or you can pop it later. I just pop it now. I only popped it now because I know it's going to come back, So when a Hollow gets her ult, go ahead and pop that. Now just wait for everybody else to get their ults. You can pop Mauls at any time, but I like to wait till after Idril's goes off because Idril, when she's ulting, when you pop other people's ults, it extends her duration. So over here with Alura, whatever happens, do not press her ult. Asode goes down next. She will be all the way in front, right in front of the boss. She will be absorbing all of their attacks. We notice the light for the flyers up there on the right side. Get ready to pop Alura's ult. Once all the flyers come out, there's about 4 or 5 of them. Once they come out, pop her ult. Then pop Idril's, pop Dolores's. You can throw down Laurel. For the rage regen, pick her right back up at around 22 costs, at least close to 20 costs, and then throw down Zilla 2 right behind the Asode. After that, easy day, right? As long as Idril helps, taking out some of the people with Alura, we're good to go. After that, you can just kind of pop alts willy-nilly. Once you get to this point, it is easy day. If you can get to 15 out of 31, you got it down packed. You can finish this gear raid, right? So don't get discouraged. Go ahead and pop Idril's ults, and sometimes she won't do that. Sometimes she won't go over there and hit those flyers. But she did this time. So it might take you a few. But remember, you just have to beat it once. Power Dominance comes on, boom, easy day. So after this, we're just popping alts, really. Except for Alura's. Don't pop Alura's ult when the second flyer comes out. That's right in front of her. You gotta wait. So once her ult's finished, she'll be invisible again. But if she's ulting, she's not invisible. So she'll just get hit and get picked up. So Maul can handle everybody over here on the left. If he's built strong enough, it's fine. There is some micromanaging if he's not meeting the requirements. And mine is in a broken set, I think. So it's not going to be crazy OP damage. But Zilla 2 just helps nuke down the boss. You really don't need her, but I like to use her. It just makes it easier. So once all the flyers come down on the right side, Alura, showtime. Right? You can use but you can use Alura again to add extra regen in case Idril needs it. So we'll go ahead and do that. I did place down Eliza just for extra coverage, but we shouldn't need her. So after that, just pop everybody's ult. Good to go, right? So I will be doing another run after this, after I show the gear and then like the stat requirements that I would try to aim for. Then I'll do another run, and I won't even use what's her name, Laurel, or at least I'll attempt to do it because I think this was so smooth that we didn't really necessarily need her. We just have to be a little better on the timings. But if we can do it without her, then we can free up a spot, right? Also notice I didn't really pick up anybody, right? I want to do runs with the minimal amount of effort. I want to place my unit down, leave them there, good to go, man. So Laura's the only one that you have to pick up. All right, now that that's done and we have succeeded, let's take a look at the gear. Let's take a look at the units. Let's do a deep dive real quick, right? Also, if you're having trouble with cost, right? Like I'm bringing Cetrim or something, or you're using a huge tank that costs 25 costs, then maybe try the second strat, right? So that way you can keep some of your costs because you're not going to be using Laurel, right? So you just bring another marksman, and then you would have to time that marksman out though in between Zilla 2 or Arrogance or whatever your tank's going to be. You have to lay down that marksman first and then lay down your tank. That way they don't get hit. So Asode, guys, I just have really good gear. I'm an in late game player. So I try to just use T2 gear, right? For the most part. Asode, just put HP on her. That's all you need her for. You can put defense, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. All HP, it doesn't matter what you put on her, honestly, as long as she's just soaking up hits. Maul, though. So my Maul does have 2 things of crit damage and 1 attack piece, right? Protect percentage. It is a broken set, so that's what I'm saying. I did try to find some broken sets, so it's not crazy overpowered. My Maul attack, look at the stats right here. Pause it if you have to, right? So he's not crazy built. He has a lot of crit damage, and that's kind of what you want, too. So his attack's not even over 10k, but he's handling that left side. So think about it. You don't need crazy gear. Try to get to the stat requirements for the most part. Now, if you can build more attack on Maul and keep him like above maybe 400 crit damage, then it should be fine. Or you could probably just do like 300 crit damage and then 2 attack pieces. Just depends on what you have. Other replacements, obviously Nyx would be amazing. Razak could also work very well in here. And these guys have better base stats, so it's going to be easier for them to do it rather than Maul. Maul does have lower cost though, right? Kai could possibly do it too. I haven't tested it. Dolores. So this is not the best build that I have for my Dolores. All you're doing really though is just try to get her attack as high as you can. Mine's at 11k. You can get at 12, possibly 13. So I would recommend putting like an HP piece on her so she's just not like dying, right? She can have some survivability, and that's Dolores. That's all you need. Try to do Invig though. Definitely Invig set because you do want to get her, boost. You want to get Idril boosted for the most part. Laurel, nothing, right? This is just Invig, but I mean, you don't really need it. You could just throw her down anywhere, but as long as she's promoted, then she'll give you that extra rage regen. If she's not promoted, she's not gonna do the rage regen for you. So just remember that. Make sure she's above promotion 5, I believe, and it's in her talent. Whenever she dies, then she provides 50% rage regen for everybody that's around her. Also, thinking about like Dolores and stuff, right? We got Beelzebub and some new inspiration heroes, so you could probably use them instead. But Dolores is low cost. But Dio-chan, I think she's 6. Hollow, not much to talk about. Keep her speedy, have some attack. I would put some HP so she can absorb those hits, right? She is going to be kind of your tank, your pseudo tank for a while until you can get a Sode out. So build her with some HP and just make sure she's able to heal. You don't necessarily need this. You don't need a maxed out artifact. You can just throw whatever on. I do like to provide some extra healing, at least on this stage. So, all right. So moving on to Eliza. So you don't really need her. Any Piercer Lord will do. I do like to keep her built when I do bring her though, because just in case, right? You want that extra marksman that you can lay down on the right side in case Allura is just not doing it for you. So you could build her better and she might be able to just work well. But you don't really need her. I didn't even place her. I did place her, but I didn't need her. So let's see. On to Idril. This is the monster, the lady, the myth, the legend. On here, though, I do recommend you put your best gear. This isn't my best gear, and that's why I did it. But Infernal Roar, I just didn't want to switch out her stuff, honestly. But she is built with crit rate, all that extra stuff. This is not overkill at all. Look at the stats. Don't look at the gear necessarily. If you can get above the stats that I have, then you're good. Idril's Gaze. Obviously, you want to ignore so much defense. As much defense as you can. It's not maxed out. And also her gear's not maxed. Like, it's not crazy gear. Just look at the stats. Silas, put your best gear on him too. Mine is unbonded. I did go broken set for this, so that way it's not crazy. But obviously you do want to look for good substats, right? So crit damage, crit rate, attack speed, more extra attack. Just try to get him up. Look, he's only at 15k. He's not 17. He's not 19k. He's not destroying it. Crit rate only 85. So, and mine is unbonded. I'm telling you, you can do this with a broken set. Point proven. But on your left side, at least try to get some of those attack percentages. On your left side gear, if you have Spirit Siphon, use that instead. Eye of Penance, yeah, I lucked out, right? But it's not necessary. I have seen other people also use Hex Setchum, but he's high cost. And Iovar, obviously. But, you know, that's why we're not. If you had Iovar, you wouldn't be here, right? All right, next on to Alura. This lovely lady, I will show you the stats, and you might be surprised, right? We did go Wisdom set because we do want her to be going off like crazy off when her ultimate pops. But it's not all attack percentages. Do try to put Calamity or something that raises attack. But mine's only at 13k attack, right? Close to 14. But if you can get her over 15k attack, then this will work smooth. And she would probably not even need too much assistance on that side, on the right side. Obviously, crit cap her. She doesn't need too much speed because it's just during her on. If you can get over 300% crit damage, you're gravy. We all got this Falcon's Crest, so you can use that. If you don't have that, use Sharpshooter's Crest or use Spirit Siphon, right? Doesn't matter. She can do it. It's just kind of annoying. She hits like a wet noodle, but you got to put some gear on her. I used the Wisdom set. She's not even all attack. She does have some crit damage, right? Because you want the little extra. Idril's Gaze is also amazing. I would rather use this. That way she can actually kill something, right? So if you have an extra Idril's Gaze, then throw that on too. Mine is not skilled. It's only up to what? The dust. So guys, she can do it. Zilla2. So Zilla2, this is what I was using. This is actually a really good set. I know. Calm down, slow it out. On this run, I'm going to swap it. I'm going to do a broken set, and it's not going to be crazy. I'll even take off her artifact that's maxed out. We'll use a Realm Tear, I think. So I'll swap the gear over, and we'll redo the run. And I'll show you that Zilla2 doesn't need to be crazy, right? So, but other places for Zilla2, right? Arrogance, much better choice, man. Much better. If you have an Arrogance, this is cakewalk. But Zilla2 is only for the boss. Look at the stats. It's not crazy. I can get my Zilla2 to God tier levels if I wanted. But she is not. She will work. She's only there for the boss. And I use her because my Silas is unbonded. If Silas was bonded, then he probably wouldn't need this help at all. And if you don't need Zilla2 to help kill the boss or anything like that, and you're just needing placements, then don't use Zilla2. That's an extra spot for you. So let's get back into it. Once we gear everybody up, look at the stats, guys. Look at the stats, right? 100% crit cap, 16k attack. Before we get into the second run, I introduce to you Omni Kai's Forge. Go check out that playlist. This will be where I test and gear and do things that people ask me to do, right? So that way you don't have to. Just like this will be under Omni Kai's Forge. Because someone had trouble with this and they asked me to do it with the people that I have and then kind of make a guide on it. I'll do that for like defense testing and everything else. So anyways, back into it. So same things apply, right? Idril, Dolores. All right, now it's just a wait game, right? Laura, she goes down next, facing up. I like to put Laura out because that way I don't have to worry about getting her out later, right? Because you have enough time at the beginning to set up your units as long as they're low cost. So like Setchum, stuff like that, they're just so high cost that it eats up your time. So after Silas, then we're going to wait for him to get hit. Bang, Maul. Got him. All right. Now we're waiting for Hollow to come out after Maul gets hit. And remember, you guys are popping the alts and stuff. I'm not going through all the alts. Y'all can look at the first video for that. This is just showing that you can do it without Laurel. So we got Hollow down. Wait and use Hollow just to get some extra rage regen. This way you don't need Laurel because you have a Hollow down, all right? As long as you get them out in a timely manner, then you can get Idril's alts back up. All right, so I'm going to do something different this time, you see? I got Zilla2 waiting because Zilla2 can survive for a little bit by herself up front. Boom. This way we can actually hit the boss faster, nuke them down. So this is a different strategy you guys can use, and then you would place a Sode behind Zilla2, right? So just to help out, she provides extra shields too, so keep that in mind. Go up here on the right. Those people are coming out, so we're just fire off. Pop, pop, pop. And boom. Put those alts to work. Let them loose. Easy peasy, y'all. Easy peasy. Come on, Edgel. Get over there. Got him. All right. So having Zilla2 up front really helps like free up Idril, because that way she can take off the bombs that the boss generates and also just keep hitting the boss. So it frees up more time. There we go. Looking good. Maul's handling his business over there, right? So left side taken care of. Maul has it down. So it can get dicey just a little bit. It really depends on how fast you can nuke the boss down. There we go. We got the boss out. Everything should be easy peasy, just a walk in the park. Look, Idril, boom, 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 boom. She don't got to worry about nothing in front of her. She's just hitting targets. All right, then don't really worry. Oh, up. Okay, I lied. All right, so I am going to use Laurel just so I can finish this off. But it's the timing issue, right? So if I would have held on to Idril's ult, nuked the boss down fast, I wouldn't need Laurel. But she's here just in case, so bring her along. Whole map. Idril. Got him. Okay. Well, I was sweating. I don't know. Maybe I can do it without it, but I'm not going to do it right now. Okay. But it was a try, right? Worth it. Dicey, but doable. To make this run stupid easy, right? I'm using Zilla2. All you guys out there who have an arrogance, right? Build him up, put a little bit of HP on him, like with the substats, and you are golden. He will make this thing so much easier because he has AoE in his kit for one, and he's a monster. And he hits air units, good to go. Throw him on there, and you're gravy, right? Easy peasy. All right. Stay tuned for the bloopers, y'all. This is like my failed attempts. Deuces. Omni Kai out. So far, so good. Everything's looking gravy. Maul, he can handle it. All right, let's go. Alura, do your... Oh, fudge! I didn't hit her ult. God dang it. There goes the god dang sweet girl. All right. Can I recoup? So if this happens, right, then maybe you can throw out she's not doing enough. Come on, Idril. Idril can do it. She's saving us. Fucking god dang Idril. All right, so let's make sure we hit Alura's ult, right? Dang. So if you're having trouble with that right side, right? So maybe after the first wave, we can take off Maul and then throw down Eliza, right? We'll use Eliza, and that she'll probably help just a little bit over here. Hex might be able to do it too if you have another marksman that's a low cost. Brienne, yeah. Brienne could probably do it also. So we take down Maul right after the first wave, after he finishes. Then we place her over here on the side. Eliza's good because she's invisible. She won't be getting hit by anything, from the boss. So here we got, okay, Alura. Wait a minute. She did it all by herself. I didn't even need to take off Eliza. Not Eliza, but didn't even need to take off Maul to even try this. Okay, so RNG is a thing, right, guys? So it just depends. Now the issue is getting Maul back out, right? Because since I took him away, unless we kill the boss, then he's just gonna two-shot Maul. So Maul can only do one. I didn't bring another healer because you don't really need one. Once you get Maul down there on that left side and you got somebody else out, like Hollow, that's why she comes out right after Maul, then he won't get targeted anymore, as long as he can finish off those enemies before they get too close. So now, here's the tricky part, right? Do I wait? I gotta wait till the boss is down a little more, but I can't wait too long. It was looking good for a second, and maybe this is not the strat, right? So, unless you can kill the boss fast enough, then you could take off Maul from the left side, and he'll be back, fast enough. But it's just the issue of putting him down. So, the boss is here, but we waited so long, right? Dang. Waited so long to get Maul out. His ult takes forever to get up. So we'll just put down Eliza. Maybe she'll help cover off some of this. Let's see. Dang. All right, yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Yeah, we didn't nuke the boss down. Dang, 1% too. Now he goes down, but it would have been too late for Maul to come out. Maybe. Zilla2 right here. She wouldn't be able to do enough. Arrogance, though, I don't know, because Zilla2 doesn't have AoE really in her kit. Arrogance, arrogance, arrogance. He might, but I doubt he'd be able to do much. Idril go off. See her ults down, and Alura's dead. So, well, this is not the run. This is not the run. So I guess unless you have a plan really thought out, then don't do that. Okay, don't pick up your left side unit. We'll figure this out though. We'll figure this out. This will be the easiest way to get through Get Rate 3 when I'm done. At least for me. Step by step, right? Let's go. So, close. Let's do it. Let's go. Maul is good. Took care of that stuff. Let's Laurel, put her down, pick her back up, and come on, Idril, just help me out. Hit that dude on the right? That's all you gotta do. One job, man. Help her. That's the issue, Laura. She's so hard for her to do it by herself, unless you have God tier gear, right? Idril, just hit the goddamn thing. I wish I could like control the targeting of this lady. She is freaking goddamn.